Hey guys, today in this video we are going to unbox, demo, and review the Kodlix AD78 Mini PC. This Mini PC offers the AMD Ryzen 7 7840HS processor. That's 8 cores, 16 threads, speeds of up to 5.1 gigahertz. It also has the AMD Radeon 780M graphics on board here, 32 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM, as well as a 1 terabyte SSD installed within, running Windows 11. So what we're going to do here today is we're going to unbox this. We'll take a look at the layout and design of this Mini PC. We'll also set it up, power it on, and jump into a bunch of different games to test out the performance on this Mini PC. Let's dive into it and get started. Alright guys, here is the box. We'll go ahead and start opening this up. Alright, so we've got some warnings here about the cooling fan. We've got some tips. We've got our Kodlix user guide. As we open this up, it walks through all of the contents within the packaging here. Next page, it walks through each of your port options, which we are going to dive into momentarily. And then it does walk through the setup process here. It comes in a bunch of different languages. We'll set that aside. Here is the actual Mini PC, which I'll remove just for right now. And I want to see what else is included in here first and foremost. So we have at the bottom of the box everything else that's included. So we have our mounting bracket right here, so you can mount this to, if you wanted to put this in like an arcade one-up cabinet, you can easily do that. But you can mount this to the backside of a monitor. You can mount this to the inside or outside of a desk. Lots of different options here. All your set screws are included within this package as well. HDMI cable right here with a decent amount of length on here. I believe this is a 3-foot cable. We also have our 2-part power supply cable, which I'll go ahead and open up right here. So very simple to get this up and running. Obviously, you just take the 3 prongs here, slide them in, and there you go. Very simple process there. And now we do have some extra rubber feet for the bottom side of our Mini PC. So I'm going to move all this out of the way, and we're going to bring in the Mini PC and actually comb through everything over there. All right, here is the Mini PC. We'll go ahead and open this up. So right here on the bottom, you can actually see we have a lot of ventilation here, and it's hard to see in here through the grate, but there you go. At that angle with the light, you should be able to see the cooling fan located right in here. Here's our 4 rubber feet here, 2 mounting holes. This is where you would bring the mounting bracket into the mix here. If you wanted to mount this, this is where you would secure that mounting bracket to the actual Mini PC. We will open this up though momentarily, but first, let's take a look at the entire layout and design. So here is our Mini PC now. Very sleek design, very lightweight as well. It's not the smallest scale or largest scale Mini PC out there on the market, but definitely relatively light for the size here. Still relatively compact, I would say. Very simple and basic branding just down here in the bottom right corner. Now we have ventilation on both the left and right side of the Mini PC. Front here we have our front panel where we have our LED indicator light here, so when we power this on, that'll light up. Power buttons right here. Pretty much flush button there for the power button. We have 2 USB 4 Type-C ports right here in the front, followed by our audio jack connection right here. And if we actually turn this all the way around to the back side, yes, we have some more ventilation, but we also have our 19-volt power supply cable connection here. We have 2 HDMI ports right on the side. We have our Ethernet port, and then we have 4 USB 3 ports over here, so these are USB-A connections. Now, for gaming, honestly, I like having the USB-A connections in the front, or at least having some in the front there. I do use USB 4 ports more and more. Type-C ports are becoming more and more common for a wide range of different uses, but I still find that USB-A is, for gaming, going to be your more prominent connection. So the fact that we do have 4 ports on here located in the back is still very good. I would love to have one in the front. That's, my only criticism thus far, but not a big deal at the end of the day. I mean, I can plug in my external SSD back here. I can plug in a flash drive, mouse, keyboard, controller, all that stuff on the back. And honestly, it would look much sleeker just having this on my desk with those connections on the back side rather than the front. So, maybe at the end of the day, it's really not a big deal. It's just a convenience thing for me. So let's go ahead and flip this over. So in order to access everything, we're going to, and open this up, we're going to need to remove these feet down here at the bottom, and they are on here very nicely. The downside with this, way of accessing everything is these are going to lose their stick. It's just inevitable. So it is nice that they provided us with those 2 additional feet that we can use as replacements, but honestly they should probably, give us a full set, because if we do have to open this up, you're probably going to want to, apply a little bit of glue on the back side, just to give it a little bit more stick. But I mean, we'll find out momentarily. You can see how well they are stuck on here. I'm unable to actually pry them off without a tool, so I'm going to grab my screwdriver. That should be enough to, aid me in removing these, so I can access the set screws underneath, remove the bottom panel, and then we can take a look into this mini PC. So I just used the edge of my Phillips head screwdriver, and then you can see right in here now, there is a set screw hole right there with a Phillips head screw in there, so I'll go ahead and remove that. You'll see how easy it is to remove. And they are those longer screws here, just like so. So I'm going to go ahead and remove all 3 additional rubber feet. And the key part to this is putting them sticky side up so they don't further lose their stick. But once you break that adhesive bond on here, they are going to be a little bit more challenging to reapply back in place. All right, so all 4 are removed. We'll go ahead and take the screws out now. All right, so there is a little slot right here that we can just kind of pry into. All right, so I just used the little space right over here where it says rear to actually pry this up. Now just be careful that you don't rip this out of place, because you will see that the cooling fan does actually connect here. So you can't just freely remove the whole panel and flip it over. If you wanted to disconnect that, you can just rock it back and forth there. But honestly, you don't have to. There is enough leeway on here to where you can just kind of lean it over here. Just be careful of the thermal paste that's on the bottom of this right over here. But you can see right in here, you can see the layout of everything. You see where your RAM is, you see where your SSDs are. So if you want to make any adjustments in here, you can easily go ahead and do all of that. It is very nicely laid out, very spread out as well, so very easy to access everything. If you want to access your SSDs, there's just one set screw right here, so very simple to just simply, give that a couple quick turns, and you can easily remove that, upgrade it if you want to, bring something else in. And there's another slot over here as well that'll go right from here to over here. So very simple process. I'm going to go ahead and reinstall this in, because we just wanted to take a look inside here. Not actually going to update anything in here. Clicks right back into place. We'll drop our 4 set screws back in place, secure those, put the rubber feet back on, and then we are going to power this up and test out a bunch of games to see what the performance is like on here.
you want to die. Give it up.
Alright guys, we jumped into the AD78 Mini PC here from Kodlix, and we had a great experience. First off, layout and design of this. The only thing I complained about was the fact that we don't have USB-A ports on the front panel of this. And let's just say this. If I'm complaining about port locations, not the fact that it doesn't have USB-A ports, because it does. It's got 4 USB 3 ports in the backside of this. We just don't have them on the front. If that's what I'm nitpicking about, I think that says a lot about the Mini PC. So let's go over this. We have a relatively compact and lightweight Mini PC here. It's not the smallest scale, not the largest scale. It's that happy medium size. Exceptional cooling on here. Now, I'm going to talk about the performance momentarily, but I jumped into this. I was playing AAA games for 4 hours. That's not including the video editing I was doing before. I like to do that stuff off camera because you guys watching me upload and edit videos here is really not that entertaining. It's just not good content. But it is a good test of what this can handle because I use a web-based, cloud-based rather, software where I'm uploading 4K videos, and you definitely need something that has a lot of power behind it in order to do that and not have lags or delays or just an awkward experience. This handled it effortlessly. It handled everything that I threw at it in terms of retro video game emulation. So Wii U, Nintendo Switch, Xbox, GameCube, PS2, PS3, all of that, and then everything that's easier like N64, Dreamcast, Atari, of course, Classic Arcade, all that's going to perform perfectly on here. No limitations at all. AAA gaming is great on here as well. I played all that stuff for about 4 hours today in a row, and I have my hand on it. I mean, it's still plugged in here. I can barely get it into frame because they've got all the wires hanging out of the back right now, but it is cool to the touch. It feels like I didn't have this on. It's incredibly quiet. Airflow on here is exceptional. The active cooling that you have going on within here, we saw the cooling fan when we opened this up, just is top notch. So really a great experience here, and that's not always the case with mini PCs. Mini PCs can run a little bit hot sometimes because you know you have a lot going on in a confined space, but they've really thought out the cooling system here to make it top notch. So really incredible there. I'm not crazy about the process for opening this up. I'm not a big fan of taking those feet off at the bottom just because I know they lose their adhesive bond. They just become harder to stick on once you've removed those. So yes, it's nice that they provide 2 extra rubber feet, but it's only 2, not 4. So, you know, it does become an issue at some point if you're going to be in and out of there. Luckily, I typically am not. If I'm going to expand upon the SSD installed within, I'll install that, and then once it's installed, I'm good to go. I don't have to go back in there. So very easy to access everything, though. Once you do open it up, you see where everything is laid out. It's spread out nicely. And again, that definitely has an effect on the airflow here as well. So great experience with this. We also have quadruple display capabilities via the 2 HDMI ports on the back and the USB 4 ports on the front of this. So I don't use 4 screens at once. I don't even use 3 screens at once. 2 is usually my max, but still unlimited capabilities here in terms of display options, gaming options, and just really nicely put together product here. I've used Kodlix products in the past. In fact, I have one in, I believe, the Indiana Jones cabinet, which is right over here behind me. So I've modded that with a Kodlix product, and I've had great luck with that as well. So big fan of Kodlix as a brand, big fan of this product right here. Let me know what you guys think in the comments of this video. Now, price point on this is $489.99 at the time of this recording, which I think is a fair price point for what you get here. We've got the AMD Ryzen 7 processor paired with the AMD Radeon 780M graphics as well. It's a great combination, and that's why we have the experience that we've had here in this video. So 1 terabyte SSD is installed again within running Windows 11. That also is a larger capacity than some of the other options out there. So, you know, when comparing this to other options, it is a little bit more expensive, but you get a lot more for your money. So I think it's a fair price point. It's not the deal of the century, but it's certainly not outrageous by any means. Let me know what you guys think of the price point. Let me know what you guys think of the specs and performance here in the comments of this video. I'll provide you guys with a link at the top of your screen as well as in the description of this video for you to learn a little bit more about what this has to offer. Thank you guys so much for your time. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a thumbs up on the video here on your way out. And of course, hit subscribe right here on the Chase Brogan YouTube channel to stay in the loop for all future videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.